Hello, welcome to Asian Petrol. Today we'll be flying south to Busan to meet our seventh owner. Seventh owner actually bought the all-new Hyundai Tucson recently, so it's going to be very fun. So before we begin, if you love cars and car reviews, please do consider subscribing to our channel and also hit that bell notification so you don't miss out in the future. Thank you guys, and let's get started. All right, so Jamie, welcome to Asian Petrolhead.
Hi, thanks Charlie.
Thank you so much for reaching out to us even during this COVID hard times.
Yeah, sure. I'm a big fan of you and your channel. So when I saw you mention that you do the owner reviews, I was excited to reach out. Yeah.
You even reached out before getting the car, so thank you so much. So just briefly tell us about yourself to our viewers, please.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm from Milton, Ontario, Canada. It's nearby Toronto. I'm an English teacher. I've been in Busan over a decade now, quite a while. And yeah, I became a fan of you and your channel when I was researching the new car.
Tucson?
Well, even before I decided on the
that.
Tucson, I was watching some of your reviews. When I decided on the Tucson, then I reached out to you.
Okay, so thank you so much. And yeah, you know, you guys, COVID is getting worse here in Korea, so we're just going to be wearing our mask. But,
Sure.
So Jamie, let's start our seventh owner's review then, okay?
Great.
So Jamie, tell us a little bit about your Tucson, please.
Sure. So this is obviously the new model, the NX4.
All new, yes.
And it is the Inspiration trim.
Top trim here.
The top trim with not every option. Like I was saying, it doesn't have the 360 camera. We opted not for that.
Okay.
Or the
blind spot.
The blind spot monitor. It still has the blind spot alert system, but it doesn't have the camera. Right, and with this trim, you get the 1.6 liter turbo engine, which I believe has 180 horsepower and about 195 pounds of torque.
Right.
It's front wheel drive, gasoline.
Right.
And we got the 19-inch tires.
Okay.
And the
panoramic
sunroof.
Looks very nice. So you didn't get all-wheel drive system because you obviously driving in south part, which rarely snows. Is it why it is?
Yeah, that, and you know, the weather here is pretty nice all year. A little more fuel efficient, right? With just the front wheel drive, and with the front wheel drive, gave me just a little more, enough power for the hills and stuff you need around the city.
Enough,
so.
Right. I mean, I've been driving this. I've also had this 1.6 liter turbo with Sonata, and it had plenty powerful. And what about efficiency? You mentioned about a little bit more efficiency with all-wheel drives, without all-wheel drive system. And right now, it's saying since refueling is saying 12.9 kilometers per liter.
Yeah, that's pretty nice, right? That's just from coming to get you at the airport, though.
Right.
When I drive around the city, I get about 9.2 kilometers per liter. So, you know, I've only had the car a couple of weeks, Charlie. So I've only been through a one tank, actually.
So it's gonna get better as you drive, and like you said, you mostly drive in the city, but
yeah, that first tank was all city driving.
So this 1.6 liter turbo seems to be very efficient, so I think you're gonna like it. Yeah.
Well, you were saying the Palisade city driving is what?
7.
7.
If we just drove in the city, 7. If I drive highway cruising, it would be like 10. So he's thirsty, yeah. So
yeah.
So I mean, I drove this car with Elantra and Sonata N9, and they're both very efficient. So even with the Tucson, I think it will be very efficient. And also in the description, I'm going to put, the mileage from the Hyundai as well. Okay. So. So Jamie, when you're choosing this all-new Hyundai Tucson, you probably had lots of choices to choose from Hyundai Santa Fe, Kia Seltos, Kia Sportage, and also lots of sedans to choose from. But why did it have to be all-new Hyundai Tucson?
Sure. Well, I previously drove an SM3.
Samsung Renault,
Yes, Renault SM3, four-door sedan. So I'm getting married this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And me and my fiance, we like to get away on the weekend and do some road trips around. So we wanted something bigger. And the midsize, it's just the two of us, so we didn't need something as big as the Palisade. But the Palisade is beautiful. If I ever do need a bigger SUV, I'd be looking at the Palisade for sure.
You get like 3 kids,
Yeah, right. A pet, a few kids.
Right.
That or the Genesis, the GV80. But this was the right size, and we like this and the Kia Sportage.
Sportage, yeah.
And really, it was just really the eye test. Seeing the cars on the road. I liked the two. It came down to the Tucson and the Sportage, and then once I went down the YouTube rabbit hole of the new generation NX4, I made up my mind pretty quickly. Started seeing some of the spy shots and reading about what the expected upgrades and a new generation was going to be like.
So no more Sportage, right? So you just chose this one, okay. So yeah, I mean, this one, I think it came out great, and it just came out, so, next 5-6 years, it'll be brand new. So that's a good choice that you bought it early. And what about imports? We also have, Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4 here in Korea
the Honda CR-V is really nice too, but I really just thought, the domestic will be a little bit cheaper probably off the lot.
Right.
Any maintenance would be cheaper. And, if I really love the design more, maybe, but I like the Tucson better anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, Korean cars seems to be, exterior design, and especially interior design. They're just kind of getting better and better, and even better than the competition, I think.
Yeah, sure. That's probably one reason why the Korean cars have become more popular, or so popular abroad, right? These days, I have a lot of friends that drive Korean cars. The Santa Fe.
Oh, Santa Fe, yeah.
Might be one of the more popular ones.
Okay.
But yeah, I think Korean car companies, the reliability, the cool design, have all led to them becoming more popular here and, obviously here and abroad.
Okay, so Korean cars, Hyundai, Kia,
Genesis.
Genesis is more popular in Canada too?
Well, I don't know yet. I asked a few friends if they've seen any GV80s on the road, and they
just started getting it. Just started getting it. Yeah.
Yeah, they just started getting them in North America, right? So I think that people are just finding out about them, but when they see what they get for their money, like they're obviously still expensive, but compared to other high-end SUVs, I think you get a lot. Like the value is great. So I think the Genesis SUVs are going to become more popular, and I think Korean cars in general are getting more and more popular and deserve to.
Okay, good to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay, Jamie, so let's briefly talk about colors. You got it with crimson red. I think it's my first time seeing the car in red, actually, since the first media test drive.
Hey, what do you think?
So, I mean, like you said, it changes color depending the angle of light hitting it.
Right, it really depends on the light. Like, if you're in the bright light, sunshine or any artificial light, it's much brighter. And if you're in the shade or low light, it really, the purple tones and the crimson tones show. So yeah, I'm really happy with the color. Like I mentioned, we saw the color in the booklet and on TV, but we we didn't see the car
Actual
for
car.
ourselves until we picked it up. So even the dealership, they had the Amazon gray and the white.
Right.
So I didn't see the car and the actual color until the car was ready and I picked it up. And yeah, I love it. We wanted to get something
Right.
bright. You know, black and gray cars are very popular in Korea.
Most Korean guys or people just buy it with plain colors. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I understand, you know, the black, white, and gray, they look good, but my last car was white, and I wanted to get something different. And I mentioned, you know, we were thinking maybe a blue, but this year,
No blue.
The crimson was the only bright option, really. And it's really not that bright, right? Like the crimson is a really nice shade. Like if it was too bright,
right.
You know, it kind of looks nice, you know, on your sports car, like a
Right.
Ferrari. But the crimson, the deeper red and purple, looks great for the SUV.
Yeah, it's my first time seeing it, but I think it looks really great on all new
thanks.
Hyundai Tucson.
And the interior,
Yeah.
we kind of talked about, like, there were a few options. The gray that a lot of people probably saw in the videos was one option, but I was just worried about keeping it clean.
Yes.
So we ended up going with the black, and I like it. Pretty satisfied
Yeah, I
with the
mean,
black.
it's my first time seeing it because even during my first drive, we had it with gray.
Yeah.
It looked really nice with gray, but this also looks very nice. I mean, I kind of like the way they used the cloth material here too.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned about all the, it's dual tone.
Yeah,
Not everything is black inside.
Right. Yeah. The roof is still that gray, that light gray, so it's still a little bit two-toned, and the chrome or silver detailing stands out a little bit better on the black.
That really stands out.
And it matches the outside. I mean, again, there is some black plastic kind of trim around the wheelbase, right? So, I just thought it matched best.
I really like this the chrome strip that reaches all the way to the second row seats. I think it just matches the black. Everything just matches quite nicely. And I have to admit, you know, I got my Hyundai Palisade with gray interior. It looks nice, but
Sure.
you know, I have 2 daughters, and sometimes it's hard to clean. You have to keep on cleaning it, like twice a month. So just depends where you go, but this should be a lot better. And I just love all the material they used with opened gauge cluster and everything. Just interior looks very, very nice.
Yeah, the interior, the cockpit or whatever you want to call it, is with the push
button
transmission.
Yeah.
You know, you got a lot of arm space. There's nothing sticking out.
Right.
It's quite comfortable.
Very nice. So Jamie, really talking about the interior, really wanted to ask you about this open type gauge cluster, and many viewers also are curious about it.
Sure.
Because it's got no cover on the top. Does it ever give you glare?
No, I guess you can see the sunroof's open, and it's
right
a pretty
out
sunny
here.
day. Yeah, the cluster and the entertainment unit are really easy to see. There really isn't any glare at all.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No glare. I mean, it's because when I did the first drive, it was cloudy day partially, so the sun wasn't hitting it directly. But as you can see, the sun is directly hitting it right now. We have the sunroof off, but I don't see any glare.
No, you don't see glare or reflection.
Wow.
Everything is really visible. And I've only had the vehicle a couple of weeks, but I was worried about that too, because that was what a lot of people, including myself, were kind of worried about with these big screens. Is there going to be glare, and how's the visibility? But no, it's great.
So because you don't have the top, how is it? Does it feel more spacious and open?
Yeah, I mean, I think if obviously a heads-up display would be even nicer, right?
Yeah.
But I kind of understand they can't put that in all of their vehicles, right?
Right.
But no, I think this cluster is really nice. Really, really comfortable, really easy to look at. Yeah.
I mean, you have a full diesel gauge cluster, left and right.
Right.
Does it bother you? Like, you don't have analog gauges anymore.
No, like or the physical buttons, right? And I really like the flat surfaces, and I'm fine without the physical buttons. You know, it's kind of going from your old Motorola push button to a fancy new smartphone. You forget about the physical buttons quickly. So yeah, I love the smooth surfaces. Yeah, I've already forgotten about my old physical button entertainment system. So
I mean, it's got great maps. Graphics are great.
Yes, it's really nice to have the big screen, right? Like you can even set it on dual screen, so if you're playing music or podcasts, it'll show you what you're playing, and the screen shrinks a little.
Very love this system. I mean, I talked to Hyundai folks, and they said they used a very special film.
Yeah, I read that.
And to avoid the glare.
Yeah, reduce the glare.
It seems to be working very fine. And they said it's quite costly too. But it's working very nicely here in this car.
Yeah.
Good to see that. So Jamie, let's briefly talk about the powertrain.
Sure.
Here in Korea, you can get this all-new Hyundai Tucson with 3 different engine choices: 1.6-liter turbo-based hybrid or 2-liter diesel, and you chose it with 1.6-liter turbo. Any reason behind that?
Well, it was a tough decision. When we were shopping for the new car, they weren't actually sure when the hybrid was going to be released. So they told us the gas and the diesel will be out in October, but with Corona and everything, they weren't sure when the hybrid was going to be released. So we thought about that, and then obviously the hybrid is a little more expensive, right? Around like
$3,800 US.
$3,800
conversion. Yeah.
It was about 4 million won more. So did have a bit of a budget. I mean, if it was the same price, we probably would have gone with the hybrid. Yeah, but being 4 million won more, not knowing when the release was going to be.
Right.
Well, it came down to the gas or the diesel, and again, the diesel is a little more expensive as well, sticker price, right? So the benefits from the gas, a little bit quieter drive, and a little bit cheaper sticker price. So we went with decided to go with the gasoline.
Yes. If you don't plan to drive all that much, you just commute to your campus, and then weekend driving, then diesel and hybrid. I think just 1.6-liter turbo is also very efficient according to Hyundai. So I think you made a right choice.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, like you really do need to drive the diesel car 5+ years to make that money back, right? And having the quieter engine is what we decided was best.
So engine powerful enough for you, I guess?
Yeah. My last car was, like I mentioned, an SM3 with 110 horsepower. So this being 180 horsepower, a little more power for those hills. Yeah. And the drive is really smooth. It has the
DCT.
The DCT transmission. Yeah. This is the first time I've driven a vehicle with that type of transmission. It's pretty smooth.
It is.
It does shift quite fast. Like you're in you're going 50 and it's in 5th gear. Yeah. So, but it still accelerates pretty quickly, even in 5th gear with the RPM low. Yeah. Driving up hills, I've read the comments that the transmission might have some issues, but it's been pretty smooth for me. I mean, I'm getting used to driving the new vehicle too. So, maybe in a year we could do this again, Charlie.
Yeah,
I could tell you a little bit more about the ride.
We'll fly back once the corona is gone, so we can take the mask off and
maybe hit the beach. We're kind of in the suburbs of Gimé here in the countryside, but next time I'll take you to the beach in Busan.
Yeah, that'll be nice. I mean, DCTs have improved a lot recently, so you should not have much problem. And it's also very, helpful for the efficiency as well. And right now I'm driving it. We're in 6th gear, and let me also show you the seventh gear. So it feels very smooth, and paddle shifters, because we have a shift-by-wire system, they're working very smoothly, and it feels great in your hand too. I love the steering wheel design.
Yeah, the steering wheel is really comfortable.
Lovely leather too.
Yeah.
So Jamie, do you like driving aids for the Hyundai Tucson system?
Yeah, I've only again been driving a couple of weeks, so I haven't even tried out all of the driving aids. But the blind spot warning system is nice. It's got the sensors. Again, I didn't get the upgrade. It was an extra $1,500 or so for the blind spot cameras, which I've never had, and I just didn't really see the need, so didn't opt for those. The lane alert system works quite well.
Yeah.
I didn't have that in my other car. I do also like this might be
adaptive cruise control.
Well, the adaptive cruise control. I've never tried actually, Charlie.
Never tried.
Yeah, I mean, makes me a little nervous. What do you think about the?
Well, it's countryside and the roads are a little bit not clearly marked, but this guy is still doing a good job. We have let me just show you, because I don't want. Let me just show it to you here.
Yeah.
Just set the speed to, let's say 40. And even if you see, even the roads are not clearly marked because this is countryside, but this Tucson is doing a very good job. Right. It also has a start and go functionality. So stop and go functionality. So if you had a really
just keep hands
congested
on the steering wheel. Are you sure?
Yeah, it will say that in about 10 seconds. And if you ignore it, if you see in my recent videos, if you ignore it, it's gonna get louder. And it's gonna get louder. Yeah, I trust it, so yeah. So, and after like 20 seconds, it's gonna
turn off,
disengage. So for your own safety, you should always keep your hands on the steering wheel. Wow, this guy goes quite a long time, but even with the alarm, it works very nicely, and then it disengages. So, but it's a very good system, very solid system. So if you use this on highway, let's say you're going to Seoul from Busan,
sure,
should be very nice. And if you get stuck in the traffic, in the rush hours, it will also stop and go again. So very nice system.
Well, for traffic, I do like the auto hold. Function. It's pretty comfortable. You can just take your foot off the brake, especially driving through rush hour, stop and go traffic.
You mentioned about this auto start and stop off buttons.
I don't It's I'm not really used to the auto start, like at every light, the engine turning off and then turning back on again. So I usually turn it off, just keep the engine running at the light, even though it's not as efficient. It's just something I'm not used to, having the engine on and off all the time.
And as some people kind of mention about, because you have to start the car and you have to do it, turn it off every time. So some people kind of mention that it's a little bit, what do you call it?
Annoying?
Annoying,
I mean, I think I'd rather be the opposite way personally, because I don't like to have it engaged. If you were the opposite and you did want to have it engaged all the time, you'd probably like this function. But like myself, I'd rather it not be engaged automatically and just turning it off.
Because some manufacturers, I think it was BMW or something like that, if you press this once, next time you turn it on the car, it remembers. This guy doesn't like it, so
no.
I think that would be better Hyundai, right?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, okay. So Jamie, you have a shift-by-wire system. It's actually button type, just like Hyundai Palisade. Does it bother you ever
Yeah, it's the first time I've driven a vehicle with this. I'm still getting used to it. You know, I'm used to the normal stick transmission.
Like this, right?
Yeah. It definitely opens up. Like you can see, it's comfortable. You can rest your arm.
Right.
And it's probably just something you need to get used to. I'd say I still prefer the stick. But again, ask me maybe in a year, and maybe I'd change my.
Yeah, it's like, I guess it's like you know, touch sensitive buttons. At first, you kind of discomfort, but
probably
later on you get used to it. I mean, I have this same button type gear selector for Hyundai Palisade. I have no problem with it.
Same in the Santa Fe as well.
Santa Fe, new Santa Fe. The old one used to have this one, but new Santa Fe, starting 2021 year model, they got this new button type, and same thing. Santa Fe interior looks much nicer with this button type gear selector. And,
I mean, I know that the dial
for Kia and Genesis
switch is also popular too, but I've never tried that.
I personally like this button type gear selector because, you know, the Kia and Genesis system, you have to, you know, kind of roll it.
I see.
So this one's a lot easier for me. So
yeah.
And it's quite safe system, you know. Let's say we're driving right now, and if you press this one, so even reverse, it will not go into the gear because Tucson knows what's going on. It will go into neutral,
right.
But other than that, it's a very safe system. So let's say your fiance or your kid kind of pushes it. You know.
Yeah, that's good to know. Yeah, actually, I was kind of worried about what would happen if I pushed the button. So, thanks.
So if you had, you know, the gear selector, if you pushed it, it will go into neutral, but it will not go into any other gears, right? Yeah. Same thing here. So it's a very safe system. So if you're a child or...
Yeah, this whole compartment's pretty comfortable. I mean, you got the cordless phone charger. I can just put my phone there.
It's right there.
It is a little bit selective, though. Like, I've had a few friends with older phones that have tried to...
Doesn't work.
And it doesn't work, right? So you need the newer smartphone to connect, but...
Right. They also give you, you know, 12-volt charging and USB, so you can hook it up.
And a big, you know, you get a big storage compartment, 2 cup holders, and even, I don't have a water bottle, but even on the door, the water bottles store kind of horizontally instead of your normal vertical storage. So that's kind of cool. They make good use of the space.
I also wanted to ask you something. There's no sunglass holder here because they put high pass system here.
Right.
Does it bother you?
Not until you just mentioned it, Charlie. Yeah, I mean, my old car didn't have the sunglass holder either, so I just put them in the glove box, so it's fine.
That's very nicely done. Nice packaging and overall. A little bit worried about this high black glossy material, so don't throw keys and coins here.
Yeah, probably
this bar.
Scratch easily.
Yeah,
right?
but it's a very, so.
I would like to see more of the driver's controls on this unit too, though. Like I usually drive with my left hand, so it would be nice if the door lock was on this side, as well as or possibly the side mirrors, like
right here.
Yeah, you know, because you know you pick a friend up, they get on the passenger side, you're driving, you pull over. I don't know if other models do have it on both sides. My SM3, the door lock actually was right above the hazard, so you would have you could unlock all the doors just as easy as you would turn on the hazard. So it's quite convenient.
That's a good point too. So Jamie, let's talk about the exterior design for a bit. How do you like it?
Well, what do you think? The crimson really pops, right? I love the paint in the sun. You can see, like, it really does sparkle, right?
Yeah, you can really see the pearl effect going on.
You'll kind of see when we go to the other side, like, it really depends on the light. Like, we're in the direct sunlight, so it's a lot brighter, and then in the shade on the other side, it's quite darker.
And I like the fact that, you know, Hyundai used this very bold design, triangular shape.
Yeah, in the first look, like, a lot of comments were like, People either liked it or didn't like it, but I like the lines. You know, I think they're pretty
cool. It's not boring, right?
No, they're they're a little different. It's not too much either. Like it looks sporty.
Yeah.
Without being too distracting.
Right. Cool. And
then the lines on the front too, right? They're quite nice.
Yeah, bold. That's also 2 lines on the top.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then, you know, one of the reasons we went with the Tucson is the front grille, you know, with the daytime running lights built in.
Hidden type.
Yeah, it's hard to see in the day, but they're on right now, right?
I can try to, if you stay there, I can try to turn it off and turn it on. It's, you see the difference?
Yeah, turn them back on again. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So it's a hidden type. If you get it with really, really low trim,
lower trim,
it's just same as this. But this just certainly makes it very nice.
Yeah, that's part of the appeal, right? Is having that design. Yeah, I love the front grille.
If you see closely, they have lots of details even here. It's open type, so it's quite nice.
Yeah, and I like how the Hyundai symbol is black, right? It doesn't stand out. It's subtle.
Okay.
I think it's really nice.
It's cool. And let me also show you the car. Like Jamie mentioned, if you see it from the shade or when it's dark, the paint really becomes quite dark. Or
in the shade, it's a much darker purple, right? And you can see that we got the 19-inch wheels and rims here. I really like the design of these bigger rims because each wheel size has a different design rim, right? So this one's not as busy as the hybrid. The 18-inch wheel rim have a little bit busier design. So I really like these wheels.
I mean, just like Genesis, you know, they start putting this patterns on the wheels too, but it looks quite nice, very sturdy looking, and yeah, I think it goes quite well. You know, recently Hyundai's been kind of known for busy rim designs, but you know, this one looks quite nice.
No, I quite like it, and again, like I don't think it's as busy as the smaller tire sizes. So.
Okay. And also, great details here too.
Yeah.
Nice. And
the signal, you know, it's just a small, slim signal.
Should we try it?
Yeah.
Like that. So, very nice. LED. And also, many people mentioned about the rear design as well, and I love the fact that for the first time they have this Hyundai logo right here.
Yeah,
which is flat.
Yeah, the flat logo is nice, and the hidden wiper.
And you know, many people also mentioned yesterday when we showed the Genesis GV70.
Yeah.
It's got the wipers on the bottom.
Really?
But you gotta have a hidden tire.
Yeah, the hidden wiper, right? Yeah.
This is better.
Yeah, sure.
So that's quite interesting. And
and I like the tail lights. Like you don't get the full parallel tail light in the lower trims, right? It's only the higher trim that it goes all the way across. And these diagonal tooth-like shark tooth brake lights are pretty cool. Yeah, you notice the lower signal. You know, again, in Busan, we don't get a lot of snow. The weather's pretty good, so...
Yeah, many people complain that it's too low.
Yeah.
They wish always, you know, with the tail lamp maybe.
Sure, if you were driving somewhere with a lot of snow and you were worried that these would be covered up, but here we don't really have to worry about that.
I think it's more about regulations than the design here. Yeah. But yeah, it looks... I love how it's connected in the middle. You want to show us the trunk?
Sure, we might as well take a look while we're here. See if I can get it in one cut. All right.
That's nice.
Yeah, so you got quite a lot of room back here.
So I mean, because we have the car here in Korea with long wheelbase model, it's very spacious inside.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to put the seats down. I mean, it's just a pull tab here. And,
nice. Almost
flat. Yeah.
Almost. And as a reference, this looks a lot more spacious compared to Genesis GV70. And we have a
little storage there.
Yeah, storage area there too. You can also fix a flat kit.
Don't break it, Charlie.
Yeah. Here.
There you go.
So, did you know that you can also put it like this on the low?
Oh yeah, I saw that in one of the videos.
So, because it's not full flat, but you can make it like this so you can put more stuff.
Yeah.
But it's quite nice. Very nice. And some storage area here too.
Right.
And if you get this in North America, you probably get it with spare tire, but here in Korea, we usually just get it with fix-a-flat because no one changes their car tires. Just call out insurance guys. So looks good. We have some tie downs here and 12-volt charging over there. So, so that does.
It's nice just the push button close.
Yeah. So. So, Jamie, is there anything that you wish Hyundai would improve upon this all-new Hyundai Tucson?
You mean, I'm very happy with everything, but sure, if I had to criticize a few things, I can.
Yeah.
The key design, you know, even in my older SM3, the key was flat. It's a little more comfortable in your pocket, right? And it was also proximity sensitive. So if I walked away, you know, you get 2 meters away, the car would automatically lock and the mirrors would close. But the Tucson, you know, it's still kind of hands-free. You can have the key in the pocket and touch the sensor on the door and it opens. The locking is a little trickier. I'm still getting used to it. There you go. You just got to get used to the sensors, I think. But again, I'd rather just walk away and not have to touch the door.
So I'm kind of opposite because I'm so used to pressing buttons.
Yeah.
My Hyundai Palisade has a button right there too. So unlock, lock.
Yeah, I don't know. The proximity, maybe that's again just something I'm used to. So the other thing is not having the remote parking. It's only available on the diesel model.
Oh, really?
So I was a little disappointed, you know, that they didn't have that available for the gas model too, especially in Korea, like with the parking so tight. Being able to remotely pull your car out,
So even the inscription model, full option, you cannot get it.
Not in the gasoline, right? Just in the diesel and the hybrid.
Yeah, hybrid has. I checked that one during the first drive. Yeah. Okay, so.
Yeah, you know, again, I'm very happy with the new Tucson.
Looks great.
Yeah, and
hope you many happy miles.
Yeah, thanks for coming coming all the way to.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time,
Charlie.
And you know, you've been reaching out during this hard COVID time. So
yeah, let's do it again, maybe in a year, and I can give you some real driver feedback.
Let's do a long-term owner's review. When you drive about, you know, a year, and then we'll be back at the Busan. Okay. So
great.
Thank you so much. Yeah, let's go grab a lunch or something. All right. All right, guys. This has been our 7th owner's review with Jamie and his all-new Hyundai Tucson. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be back with more car reviews. So before you leave, if you love cars and car reviews, please do consider subscribing to our channel and also hit that bell notification so you don't miss out in the future. Thank you guys. See you soon. Stay healthy and bye-bye. Jamie, bye-bye.
Hey guys.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. 다시 갈게. So, cut.
You get this kind of big, thick
Key?
cut.
Really want to show it to you too. Yeah.
So you trust it completely?
Yeah, I mean, Hyundai system is very nice. You can say this later on, but
okay, we can talk about it. We can do it in the
yeah,
video.
yeah. I mean, it's a very good system, but we can talk about that.
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Cut.
Cut!
You can cut.
Cut!
How do you...
That's a. Or maybe because we have the ignition on.
No.
Huh?
There you go.
Okay.
It's only the second time I've opened the trunk.